Welcome back to Hazardous Endeavors.
Huzzah!
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the 5th edition actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast brought to you by Digital and Dice. And what you just heard was the agonizing scream of Jaxom Shah, Paladin of Palor, who has just been, well, chained up to a tall marble pillar and then eldritchly tortured until a dungeon entrance appeared.
More like Paladin of Bane lore.
Pain law?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that works.
I use humor to lighten the mood, okay? I'm nervous.
I suppose that's accurate. So, I'm going to try to get Jaxom down from there. Yeah.
Are we done?
Yes,
Get
we
me
are
down
done.
from here!
Okay. So you go up to detach Jaxom from it, and of course as you're reaching up, the shackles actually snap open, and Jaxom, you kind of crumple down, kneeling down, still smoking from the lightning that kind of went all over your body.
Not pleasant. Not pleasant.
I use my lute and I play a little ditty that makes him feel better, and using the lute's ability to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
let's try to get that feeling a little better.
Aftercare is important.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So go ahead and get back 14. Right there. Might help a little bit.
A little bit. Yes.
Okay.
Are you okay? How was your face? I touched your face. I squished your face. Are you
Elliot.
okay?
Yes.
You pull your hand
I am
out of
concerned!
the hole, and you look down, and the palm of your hand that was pressed firmly on that activation rune, as it comes out, seared into your palm, although didn't seem to hurt at all, you see what looks to be the outline of a symbol of a hand grasping a ray of energy, which mimics the symbol of Bane you are now looking at as the entrance to where you're going. Is now burned into the palm of your hand.
When we get back, I have a mark to burn off my hand.
Oh, tattoo removal. Yeah, I know a guy.
That sounds...
Less tattoo.
Here,
More
you can
branding.
look at it.
Do not like that.
I don't either.
As we all grumble like old people.
So, who's ready to go on an adventure?
You mean go into the giant hand of death?
Yeah.
No.
Well, Lindo, we've got to.
I will never be ready. I will
no.
go, but I will never be ready.
I know. It's all right.
We have to. I will not let those who fallen die in vain.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah. This one's for Tugs.
Wait. Before we go in, I reach into my bag
Okay.
and I pull out a bottle of wine that I have literally been carrying with me since probably the second episode.
Alright.
And I pour it into my little cup and I take a sip and I pass it around.
Oh, well.
Because,
you.
Just in case it is the last drink we ever have, I figured it's kind of shitty, but it's good, yes?
Yes.
It certainly is a lovely table wine.
Screw the cup. Yeah, take the cup from Wilf and throw it behind me. Take the bottle.
Oh.
There you go. Just pass it around.
When Elliot drinks, he drinks it with his left hand.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, Wilf, did anybody ever tell you look like a child drinking?
Pass it along.
I have been kicked out of bars before, but that's mostly where people are awfully small-minded.
Really, Mr. Wilf?
Yeah.
At this point in time,
Yeah. No, I'm really terribly bigoted.
okay.
Oh,
Don't-
I thought you were making a tiny person joke.
No, they were really slighting me on that.
Goodness gracious.
Don't let them belittle you.
Yeah.
Okay, no, let's go now. I chugged the last bit of the wine.
Okay. So, you make your way forward into the ruby red glowing doorway that is glowing forth from the palm of this hand. And as you make your way through, it's kind of a rush of wind and this feeling of energy and movement. And as you kind of blink away the darkness that came over you as you stepped through, you find yourself looking out over what looks to be a massive dark expanse. You're looking out at a cave system, massive in scope, inky blackness at its far extremities. You can't see where it ends, but dead center in the middle is what you're looking at. It seems to be almost superimposed over the darkness. You see a tower. And as you're walking forward, you're looking down and around you. You seem to be on a ledge, on an impossibly tall, sheer mountain. There's no movement around. You just feel like you're in an open expanse that goes on forever, and all there is in front of you is a simple 40-foot bridge to a tower that goes down into the darkness. You seem to be at the top of it.
Okay, Wilf, I got this idea.
Yeah.
I bet you that you are going to die here, okay? For all of your belongings. And you bet me the same thing for all of mine. That way, if one of us dies, we will not feel bad if we loot the body.
Lindo!
Oh.
What?
No. We have this where I come from. It's called inshore ants.
Okay.
It's sort of like a bet saying that someone's not gonna rob you. And, you know, my dear old mum said, always shoot people that offer you insurance.
Oh, don't shoot me. I was trying to be kind.
No, I'll get you. I'm just saying, where I come from, it can be a little, frowned on. Lots of things are frowned upon.
Okay, so you're down?
Nah.
No.
Nah, I'm gonna
Jaxom?
live forever.
Let's get this.
Okay, fine.
Let's get through this.
I thought that was a good idea.
Elliot has a horrified and angry face on right now.
How could you tell? You look as cool as a cucumber.
Okay, in fairness, I'm just making sure that we respect the bodies of the possible dead friends that we might have later.
Lindo.
I could what? Okay.
It's all right. It's all right. How about this, Lindo? Are you a little nervous about this? How about this? Doom, 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 and Lindo's gonna fly. Boop.
Now I am flying and nervous.
Yeah, but now you don't have to worry about falling off the bridge.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
So ahead of you, the bridge spans over this infinite darkness to the top of this tower. And as you're walking across it, or in Lindo's case, kind of slowly flying around it, you note that there are depictions along the side, carved into the stonework, that depict what look to be armies of slaves being whipped forward by armored men with long, multi-tailed whips with cruel barbs at the end. And you see script written alongside it that, I don't know, does anyone speak Infernal?
No.
Oh,
Not infernal. Draconic, not infernal.
Okay. Script that you aren't quite sure what it means, written along it. Although, I would say, Jaxom, you want to roll me a religion check?
Lindo,
I'm sure this is one that I probably want to botch, so...
I bet you a gold is just repeating, we are
12.
watching you.
So,
No.
you
Not
don't
going to take that back.
I am not thinking.
You're not able to decipher
It's
what the
probably
writing
going to
is,
look like that. Yes.
but you seem to remember some writing about something that, like, was spoken of in a book, like almost like a scary place that the followers of Palor would go if they did bad things, and it was referred to as the Temple of Domination.
Oh, lovely.
What's that?
We may be in the Temple of Domination.
I knew the shackles were there for reasons.
Yep. Yeah. Sounds like it.
As you approach the entryway ahead of you, you see the archway. Up top, it seems to depict the symbol of Bane that you saw before, but it seems odd. It seems that instead of the whole hand being clenched, it seems that only one finger of it is clenched.
What is exactly the Temple of Domination?
It's where the bad followers of Bane went.
Bad followers of Bane?
Yeah.
Aren't they all bad?
Oh, like, see, if you were naughty and didn't do what you're supposed to do, they send you to the Temple of Domination.
So like a scary child's tale.
Jaxom... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Elliot.
So you're saying this is a place where lesser followers of Bane get mind wipe or tortured into doing what they want?
Jaxom, you would know enough about the followers of Bane from what you were taught back in the day that they are extremely regimented in their hierarchy. They respect the order of things. Those who are in charge and are to be boot-licked, kissed, and revered. They were very big on, well, they would brook no quarter. They would maintain armies of slaves. They would use labor to build their massive things, and they cared not about those who were beneath them, because Bane is a god of tyranny, conquest, control, and war.
That.
Oh!
And I thought it looked evil on the outside.
Ha 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 ha. Okay, so, bridge. What's over the bridge?
There is an entryway that, as you enter, seems to go down a bit of a spiral staircase as you end up in a room. It's about 20 by 20 with a single hallway on one wall leading through. And what you see is the hallway seems to almost entirely, from floor to ceiling, be made up of blades. Just sharp blades sticking out of the floor, the ceiling, the walls, and they seem to take up the entire 30-foot length of this hallway. There are blades sticking out of nearly every inch.
Oh.
Guys.
And you see there are torn bits of cloth here and there hanging, fluttering ever so slightly in a breeze that isn't quite there. You see bits of ragged flesh and torn bits of what might have been people hanging still from blades throughout this hallway.
Insight? To just be like...
Investigation.
Investigation
people.
would be what you
Oh
would
no,
look at.
I think that this architecture is awfully edgy.
7.
7?
22.
Okay. So Lindo, as you're looking around, you're not quite getting it. I mean, you can't quite see a way through here. There aren't even enough open areas between the blades for you to squeeze through.
It was probably one of those balloon games where you have to throw the daggers and pop at the balloons. Right?
I don't quite think this equates out to carnival games, but
No.
Elliot, you're looking at this and you're kind of trying to figure out what could be the case here, and then you get this sudden realization as you're watching it. You're kind of piecing together some of the pictographs you've seen on the walls, the nature of the place that you're in, and the fact that there are what look to be scraps of maybe people on some of these. Is the followers of Bane would bring with them usually numerous slaves, which would act as both keys and sacrifices to the temple. Which means that to get through this hallway, one must effectively offer forth a body that would clear the way. You're pretty sure the blades are either activated somehow or cleared. You'd have to interact with them some way.
Am I still flying?
yeah.
You have flight, yeah.
Well, I look around.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a place to put the torch or anything?
There are actually wall sconces that have lit torches in the room.
Oh, that's lovely. I would like to tie a rope to one of these sconces
Okay.
and then fly across the room to, I assume, the other side.
Okay, are you trying to get to the other end of the hallway?
Yeah.
Floor to ceiling blades.
Floor to ceiling blades.
Like, no, not even an inch or not even a couple inches between some of the blades, crisscrossing their way the entire 30-foot length of this.
I retract all my statements.
Okay.
This is poopy.
Wait, I wonder. I pull out of my bag a cooking pot.
Okay.
I throw it into the blades.
Okay, you throw it and it hits with a clang and rattles, rolls on the ground, kind of bumps back into your boot.
Okay, well, that was the cheapy way to go about this.
I have an idea, but I don't like doing it. It makes me feel...
How about this? Grab one dagger from behind, slice my wrist, and flick some of the blood at the spikes.
Okay, you deal 2 damage to yourself, cutting yourself with your dagger, enough to have enough blood to well up that you can flick it over the blades, and as you do so, the blood hits the blades, and you hear this sound as the first grouping of blades retracts into the walls, leaving that first 5 feet space open.
Well, this is going to get...
How much do you have left?
We'll see.
I have another idea, but it makes me feel... gross.
Okay.
How so?
I call upon my unseen servant.
Okay. So you cast Unseen Servant?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe in that spell, can they take damage?
That is a wonderful question.
Yes, it has 1 hit point.
Okay. So, you cast Unseen Servant. I mean, I'm not going to get into a theological or arcane debate of whether Unseen Servants have blood, but I will go so far as to say that you cast the spell, you move it forward, and as soon as it comes in contact, there's this sound, and the blades in the next section retract back.
Okay. Good thing that's a ritual spell.
You're only going to spend every 10 minutes?
We can spend 50 minutes doing this, but if you have something that's quicker, I would love to be out of here.
Because you cast that as a normal spell, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Now, does it seem like it is taking just blood or it's taking life?
Blood seems to definitely do it.
Okay, but the other thing didn't have blood?
You couldn't see it, it was invisible.
Invisible blood. See, you got some on you. See, there you go. It's off now.
I was only considering because I have all these healing potions.
What? No.
Oh, you seem to feel a little dampness when you bring your hand back.
Ew! I was just joking, but... Invisiblood.
Okay, that is disgusting. Congratulations. You have murdered your unseen servant.
I did. Kinda.
20 more feet to go?
That would be the first 10 feet, so you have another 20 feet, yeah.
I guess I'll take a turn, because, you took pretty big one for the team already.
So you drag a knife across your hand, you deal 2 damage to yourself, and you kind of flick it over the blades, and another 5-foot section pulls back.
Ouch!
Elliot, you can't help but think how much easier this would be if you just kind of, grabbed Lindo by the back of his shirt and just pushed him forward through.
Is that a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Lindo,
Eh.
I'm gonna try to grapple you.
What? No, what? What? No.
And push you forward. Actually, no. That's not how I would do things. That's not how Elliot does things.
How does Elliot do things?
Thunderwave.
So you merely hold out your hand with Lindo standing there.
It is my right hand.
Oh, so yes, you hold out your right hand. Lindo, you turn and see Elliot hold out his right hand. You now see that emblazoned upon
Can
it
I
the
use a cunning
symbol.
action and dodge?
You know what? I'll allow it in this case.
Okay, thanks.
Go ahead and, it's a Constitution save because it's Thunder Wave. So,
Oh, yay. I am full of the Constitution.
My wisdom save was 8, by the way.
nice.
Then,
So, go ahead and roll damage for Thunder Wave as Elliot just turns his hand. You see this symbol on his hand flash just briefly, and then a Thunder Wave blasts Lindo back. How much damage from the Thunder Wave?
9 and a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, he failed that.
Oh,
I failed.
You take only 1 point of damage, funny enough, as you hit the blades, and they cut your back and slice you a bit, leaving the trail of blood along them, and they as you kind of stagger at the end of that 10 feet.
What the hell, Elliot?
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't
Your
know.
hand is warm, Elliot.
Okay, hold on. I take off my shirt. I wipe off the thing on my back, which is blood, and I throw it at the other one.
Okay. Another 5 feet section pulls into the walls.
Son of
Let's
a bitch.
let's skid a flea on so we
Mr.
can...
Wilf, before we continue, could you tell me your prophecy again?
Oh, the one that I was given. Yeah, we follow the trail south. The trail
No,
of bones
not
shall
that
guide you.
Your prophecy.
Oh, don't worry about that. No,
Please. It's important.
it's
My back is cut. Cut back.
You will cross over
Lay on
a
hands.
river of rage and hunger. In a forlorn village, you will find
Jaxom, you do that. Sorry.
token of love lost.
So you'll cross a river of rage and hunger, like the Bridge of Undead.
I saw some parallels.
A token of love lost, like the locket you now hold.
Ah, no, it's just...
And the last one?
Oh,
Is it cut those backs to shred because Elliot is an asshole?
well, I mean... A friend will betray the cause of light. Under these signs you will die.
I show my hand.
Maybe we should get some rope. I think a little bit of rope would be a good
Could
idea.
you guys keep an eye on Wilf for you? I can't be trusted for right now.
What? We do what? Leave you here, take you around, cover your hand in a tiny little blanket, put a fence around it?
We keeping an eye on him or keeping an eye on you?
I think we should keep an eye on you.
Yes, but make sure I don't stand near Wilf. I will stand over here.
Oh, behind Wilf? Yeah, no, that sounds great.
That's that. No, come on. Crazy old sea witches don't tell you actual prophecies. They put on a bunch of very likely to happen coincidences, and that way you feel like, oh, well, that could totally mean me. That's how prophecies work. It's not like we were told it by a giant skeleton.
I think we were told that by a giant
No,
skeleton.
not this one. This one
Oh.
was told by a half crazy sea witch.
Oh,
It's too much coincidences to not consider it, to not keep it in mind.
Oh, really? She had to be a charlatan.
You can walk up here next to me.
That is a good plan.
okay.
I believe that leaves you with 5 feet left. Or is that
I walk
10?
into it.
Oh. Okay. Because let's see. Jaxom did one. Wilf did the other one.
I did 2.
Lindo did 2. That leaves 2 left.
The unseen servant.
I
The
Unseen
unseen
servant.
Sorry, there is one left. You're right. Elliot,
I walk-
you just walk right into it.
Yes.
Okay. Take 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay,
And-
or maybe
well,
you should put a rope around him because he is
You're-
crazy.
Oh, your abjurer shield.
My abjurer shield would hit it.
You actually bump into it, and nothing happens.
Oh, god damn it. Bump.
Poke my
you
back
just
some more.
No. Enough. What?
I said, poke my back some more.
You're able to repress it enough if you actually reach forward and kind of
Yeah.
let the abjurer shield off of it and touch one of the blades, and it slices across your hand. You take your 4 and leaving you into another 20-foot by 20-foot room on the other side. This one with a doorway leading down and a symbol above the door that has the symbol of Bane with 2 fingers curled.
I've got an idea, guys.
Is the idea that it is trying to teach us how to count?
And on the side of the room, next to you, as you make your way in, off to one side, you see the bloodied, fairly old, I mean, it's been there for a while, remains of what looks to be an armored individual. We're not talking ancient like the things that were outside. We're talking, it looks like someone maybe 10, 15 years ago, give or take, was in this room and was basically cut to ribbons by the hallway and discarded off to the side.
I bet that guy walks down here thinking, there's no way my buddy Zeldath would totally betray me.
Knowledge history on his armor.
Sure, roll it.
I don't know about that.
16?
friend.
16? It definitely dates back probably about 15, 20 years. It's not a uniform of, say, any, like, house guard or anything of that. It definitely looks more like a mercenary, but the styling definitely puts it around Dariel.
Yeah, that looks like the sacrifice for Zeldeth on his first visit.
So, I've got this idea. It's going to sound a little crazy. How about we just take an hour, relax here, I'm going to play a little song, and we're going to feel a little better. And then we can go forward with Jaxom not bleeding from multiple wounds and still sort of scorched.
Alternatively, I have like 7 health potions.
Yeah, but
You use those.
those could be very useful for...
No,
Yes.
I've used some of them.
Okay.
Well, then you
you said you used a bunch of them on the...
I did. I had 9.
You had 9, okay.
I'm just saying that we take about an hour.
I still have a few myself.
We just get ourselves a little bit of a rest, and then we continue on with this nightmare.
We are storming a castle at the moment, Mr. Wilf.
I've not seen anything moving since night.
Can I peek into the other room?
It's a stairwell leading down.
Oh, can I peek down the stairwell without going down it?
Yeah, you kind of poke your head in
fly.
the stairwell, and it's dark, and it goes down.
It's still
And-
flying.
Can
and,
I?
and behind you in the hallway, you hear as the blades at the far end close back in, cutting off your exit.
Yay!
We'll have to deal with that on the way out as well then. Lovely.
We're just stuck in this room with Mr. Chipper over here, dead in the corner. That's fun.
Well, can't we just throw him repeatedly into it?
I think he has no more blood.
I think he's too dead for it.
He's pretty dead.
I suppose.
Check the entrance into the hallway for traps.
Okay, roll. Elliot, you're watching this, and your recommendation was to continue on, right?
Yes.
And Lindo is at least looking ahead, and Wilf had the insolence to tell you no.
22.
22? Seems clear. Doesn't seem to be any traps in the...
Is no traps.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, I suppose we can.
Let's continue on.
Keep going.
Somebody has his cranky pants on. Are you okay?
I mean, do you wear pants under the robes?
Of course I do. You can see them.
So, you may start making your way downstairs?
Yes.
Okay. So, a quick trip down a flight of stairs as it kind of circles down, exits out into a room about 30 foot by 30 foot. At the opposite side of the room, you see what looks to be a massive stone slab with chains leading up the top of it up into the ceiling. In the middle of the room is a single chain coming out of the ceiling, dropping down right there to the floor. Aside from that, you don't see anything else.
I mean, I just assume that most wizards, because they've got those big, full, voluminous robes, they don't really bother with pants. Because, I mean...
But he's just wearing a tunic.
It's true. With the big...
Let's focus on the room. We do have a ways to go, I think.
Correct.
So,
You're tearing us apart, Jaxom. You're tearing us apart.
A cursory look of the room,
Lindo.
you note.
Focus.
I'm already focused.
A cursory look of the room, you'll note that there doesn't seem to be any other exits to the room beyond the one you came in, and there just seems to be that chain and the rock.
I'd like to go check out that rock.
Okay. It's fairly large. Looks like, and it's up against the far wall. If there was an exit to this room, you're guessing it's probably behind it.
Guys. There is probably an exit behind this wall.
You think?
Yes, this is why am I sharing this information with you.
All right.
So,
Take a look at the chain.
Okay. You look at the chain, and it's a nice, thick, heavy iron chain that seems to be fairly covered in sharp spikes.
of course.
These guys love spikes. Spikes and knives and knives and spikes.
Well, you can roll me another religion check.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Okay, roll it.
16.
16 for your investigation. From your investigation, you're pretty sure that this is exactly what it looks like. The chain will lift the rock in some way, but you also note that there doesn't seem to be any bodies left in this room. So you're thinking that whatever way you're able to get through here, no one got left behind. Because you're thinking that if someone were to actually die in this room because of this, that, you know...
Based on what I'm thinking we have to do, should I roll another wisdom saving throw?
Hold that thought for a moment.
11.
11, you're starting to think that there's a theme to this. You know, the entrance to the whole dungeon itself seemed to be the first trial. It seemed to basically show that, you know, to enter you must have, a worthy sacrifice. You must be, in command of those who would be willing to lay down their lives for you. The first one, you basically are the next trial. You would force someone basically through to show that they are weaker than you, that they are nothing to you. The third trial seems to be based more along the lines of, that you would bring talented and skilled individuals along with you. That their use to you is that. Because you're starting to think that this is designed for the clergy of Bane themselves to make their way through.
Okay.
Interesting.
So evil.
Yeah. You're getting the idea that if you were a cleric of Bane and you had brought a full complement of slaves with you, that you could waltz through this dungeon like nothing.
All right.
Elliot, go ahead and make me a wisdom save.
I succeed on this one with a 22.
Okay. You get the moment, for the briefest moment, you're about to turn and basically bark an order at Jaxom to start pulling the chain. But you rein yourself in when you see him already looking like he's about to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I'm out of line there yet.
No, not at all.
You see Elliot, he's holding his arm, and you can see that his left arm is holding his right hand, and he's digging his fingers into his arm, causing him pain in order to stop that.
Okay. He definitely seems to be struggling with that. So,
Yep.
Jaxom, you wish to
Start pulling on the chain.
roll me a strength check.
Strength
Unfortunately, you have one level of exhaustion and are at disadvantage on it.
Are you alright, Elliot?
Don't worry of me, just do what needs to be done.
check. 7.
Okay. You take 1 point of damage as you grab the chain. You start pulling, and your gloves scrape down the spiked chain, causing your hands to ache and welt up. You just barely felt like the rock was about to move, and then nothing.
I've got an idea. Lindo, we're gonna get some rope. We're gonna tie it around Jaxom's waist, and you and I are gonna pull on Jaxom while Jaxom pulls on that.
Hey, I got a question. How many times can you make things fly?
Once.
What? Anybody else got a fly thing?
Do you have levitate?
In a manner of speaking.
I
Yes.
mean, we have a rock.
How
I can
heavy-
make a person levitate.
How heavy can you make something levitate? Do you know?
Not entirely, but I can find out if I really think hard about it.
I think it's telekinesis that needs to be able
And
to...
while
that
he's
roll.
doing that,
You're gonna go ahead and pull
another
again?
go at it.
Roll it.
Yep. 9.
You actually felt like you were about to get this one, as the rock does move slightly. You take 2 points of damage as your hands dig into the chain, pull down, and it just looks like the rock's about to lift up off the ground, and then boom, hits the ground again.
So close.
So, how big is this rock, would you say?
Large enough to cover presumably a doorway on the other side, so at least about 7 foot tall, by about 4 feet wide, about 3 feet thick. So pretty darn massive.
Like, really heavy.
Giant granite slab, yeah.
Really heavy.
So like 1,000
Still
pounds.
use your levitate spell to
Easily.
push it along, at the very least.
Well, I mean, I could certainly try it. I could certainly try it.
Okay.
And I've just got a little bit of a range. So, yeah, next time you pull,
Yep.
I'm going to try to cast levitate on the rock, which I
Okay.
can.
Try to lighten the
unfortunately,
load?
can do up to about 500 pounds.
Okay, so it might lighten the load a little bit, but it's not gonna...
Yeah, it's not going to do the entire.
All right.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
1, 2. Seven.
7. It seems to lift up about 3 feet as you're pulling. Jaxom, you take another 3 points of damage as your is digging into your hands again. And as you guys are looking, on the other side you see what looks like a doorway, a closed door, but on it you see the bottom of what looked to be a glowing sigil of some kind right about the time that Jaxom loses his grip and the stone slams down again.
Oh. Since I am by the rock, is it possible that I saw exactly what those might have been?
Yeah, I'll say you were specifically looking under there. You see what looked to be maybe pictograms of some kind, symbols very similar to the ones you saw on the bridge on your way in.
Huh. I draw the pictograms on the dirt.
Okay, you start doing it, but you're only able to see a little bit of them, so you're not able to get a whole lot of them.
Now, would you say what I'm doing is enough to give Jaxom advantage
Yeah, you know what? I will
to
actually
cancel
do that.
out his disadvantage?
Yeah, let's do that. I think that's fair.
All right.
So, Jaxom, you do it again.
One last time.
Okay.
16.
Okay. So you grab the chain and you start pulling. You take 3 more points of damage as your hands are getting torn to shreds by these spikes. You're starting to pull the chain down, and as you do so, it actually lifts up above where the doorway is. And what you're looking at now is a series of these pictographs that are kind of glowing on the doorway. The doorway seems sealed.
Oh. Would you consider this to be a locking device?
It looks to be...
Because I was wondering if I could use my ability as a thief to be able to solve the puzzle and unlock the safe.
Let's say, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, Lindo, and roll me an arcana check.
Okay.
I am the worst investigator.
See what happens.
13.
8.
13, 8. Okay. So, we'll say the arcana check as you're looking at it, you note that this is very obviously an arcane lock of some kind. As, by the way, as Jaxom is holding this rock, it has not clicked closed or anything. You're straining your muscles and holding this. The rock is kind of above the two of you because you have to get close enough to investigate it. And, Elliot, you're able to note that it looks like they're out of order. Looks like you actually have to put these pictographs in the correct order to make the door open. Lindo, you're not finding any device per se, but you're pretty sure you remember some of the pictographs on the way in, and you think you might be able to help Elliot if you want to attempt to assist in opening the door.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, go ahead and make me a flat intelligence roll.
Get to put the one
Elliot?
that looks like a piggy
With
next to one that
Jaxom?
looks like a backwards butt.
Go ahead and make me another standard roll with no disadvantage.
Yep.
Also, can't you see he's the man? Let me hear your applaud. He's no more than a man. He's a shining golden god. And go ahead and add a bardic inspiration D8.
Do you need- are you spending that dice right away?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. 17.
Okay. You take another 1 point of damage, and you're holding the rock steady.
Okay, the one that looks like the fish has to go first, Elliot.
Lindo, I have it.
So-
20.
20? Okay.
So on
You're
Bebop, and
arranging
you're
it.
rock
You're
steady.
pretty sure you're getting it in the right way. Lindo, you're unsure. He seems to be doing this a lot better than he should be. It's almost like he's like, oh, this, and he like puts it there like he's seen it before.
Oh, is this like some sort of magic study thing? You just didn't know this really well.
Lindo, I have it.
Well, you obviously have it. I was just asking a question.
Another strength check, please.
All
As
right.
you're about halfway through.
19.
Okay, you're holding it. Wilf, as you're watching and trying to support Jaxom, another 2 damage, by the way, you're noticing the chain is starting to drip with the blood from his hands as he's holding that steady. The
Okay,
rock
faster, Elliot,
creaking
faster.
in its place.
I have this, Lindo.
Well, if you have it, we should go faster.
Check.
Put the thingy over there.
Another intelligence check, although you don't get advantage this time.
Going to go ahead and throw a cure wound on Jaxom there because he's just bleeding on us.
This intelligence, so it's 13.
13? Okay.
Take 6 back.
You were about to do something, and then you kind of like think about it for a moment. You're like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. And you kind of pause for a moment, and you think you place one right, but then you second guess yourself. And it's when you basically mentally blocked out Lindo. You're not listening to what he's saying, but he's pointing like this one here, this one here. And as you kind of look, you're like, oh, maybe he was right. Why wasn't I listening? Why wasn't... And you're kind of held there for a moment while the rock kind of creaks over your head slightly.
I would like to just take them from him.
Okay. You just shoulder your way in and say, oh,
I'm gonna just take these and pop them in.
Go ahead and make me a intelligence roll with proficiency for you.
Okay.
Twelve.
12. You seem to get there and you're like, okay, wait. Now you're looking at it at a slightly different angle and it's harder.
Oh wait, that's
Jaxom,
not.
another roll, please.
Yep.
That looks more like the
take as
duck.
much time as you need.
I'm sorry, you were correct. This one is the duck. I need the one that looks like a backwards butt.
10.
Oh, you were. I'm sorry.
2
You
more
were
points of
looking in
damage.
space, and there's a
I'm
giant
still
rock above our head
holding.
who's going to crush us. Are you in the
But
game?
this time it seems to slip like a couple inches.
Lindo.
Hurry it up! I can't hold this much longer.
The rock
Focus.
creaks down a couple inches above your head. Shakes for a moment.
I take one of my 2 potions and I mage hand it up to Jaxom, uncorked, and start pouring it down his gob. It's just
Another
a
check
regular
from you two?
healing
I
potion.
am pretty sure I am
2d4
focused, and you're the one who is
plus-
phasing out.
2d4 plus
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
16.
15.
So, at the last moment, Elliot, you're like, oh, God, yes, right, okay, Lindo, yes, okay, you got it. And between the two of you, you place one, you place the other, and the door, a kind of red light goes around the edges. It seems to unseal, and you hear this click-clack from above, and Jaxom, all of the weight that you were holding suddenly seems to lift, and your shoulders sag, your gloves are torn, your hands are bloody, and the door swings open, showing another stairway down, a symbol of the symbol of Bane, now with 3 fingers clenched, only showing 2 left.
Well, I've got 1 finger for the symbol of Bane.
You know what? Thank God for healing potions, because Jackson would be just a right mess, eh?
Yeah, we are expending resources
I-
at this rate.
I rub my hands together a little bit and heal myself the rest of the way up.
Okay. And as you guys gather your things and get ready to take the next step down that, is where we will end today's episode. So thank you, dear Digidicers, for joining us for another episode of Hazardous Endeavors. And until next time...
Game on, Internets!